The Dershow.
I don't think they have a case for attempted assassination. Let me explain why. This is going to sound so counterintuitive. The guy obviously wanted to kill the president, and he took actions to kill the president. Now, here I'm going to tell you something that's a little surprising. This is like a criminal law class. So you were getting a free Harvard criminal law class. If he conspired with somebody else to do it, it would be an open and shut case. Because for a conspiracy, all you need is an agreement to kill the president or to try to kill the president. And he did certainly agree with himself. He certainly made up his mind. We have the evidence, the letter. He wrote a letter. We have other evidence saying, I wanted to kill the president. I tried to kill the president. I failed. I'm giving $150,000 to anybody else who succeeds. So if it were conspiracy, it would be a clear case. Conspiracy to assassinate the president. Open and shut. Why isn't it open and shut case for attempt? Because attempt involves only one person, not a conspiracy. And that one person has to have crossed certain lines to turn it into an attempt. So the criminal law distinguishes between preparation and attempt. Now, there's no question he prepared to kill the president. He did everything he could to do it. He got the gun, he got the ammunition, he got the scope, he surveilled the circumstance, he sat in the bushes. And of course, again, to make this clear, the first guy who tried to kill the president and who was killed, there was clearly an attempt. He fired the gun. He aimed at the president, fired at him, and hit him in the ear. The clearest possible case of attempted murder. It's the Sherlock Holmes case, where Sherlock Holmes knows that Moriarty is trying to kill him, so he gets Madame Tussaud to do a sculpture a wax sculpture of Sherlock Holmes sitting in his rocking chair, rocking back and forth, and Moriarty shoots the sculpture and blows its head off. The only question there was, can you attempt to kill a statue? But there was enough. He crossed the line. He shot them. But this guy never aimed at the president. He was going to. Had the president gotten to the sixth hole, he would have aimed at him. Maybe you can argue he aimed at the sixth hole. Maybe conceivably that might be enough because he put the gun through the link fence and aimed at a place where he expected the president would be. Is that enough? Not clear. Just not clear whether that's enough. And then, of course, he was shot at and he ran away. So he never had the president in his line of fire. And of course, he never pulled the trigger. So the question that the court will have to address, and it's a question without a clear answer, is whether or not putting your gun in a location, putting it through the link fence, but not getting the president in the line of sight and not pulling the trigger is enough to turn it from preparation to attempt. And the law is just unclear on that. There are plenty of other charges they can get him on, and enough to put him in jail probably for the rest of his life. But the law of attempts, by the way, is no different for a president than it is for anybody else. The law of attempts is the same for all people. As the Bible says, don't recognize faces. And so the law is the same for, Mr. DeLugash and Sherlock Holmes, or there was another famous case where a guy wanted to kill his enemy. He climbed up to the guy's bedroom. The guy was in bed. He took out a gun. He shot him 6 times in the head. One problem. The autopsy revealed that the guy had died of a heart attack 4 hours earlier. He was dead at the time my client shot him, but my client didn't know. So was that enough for attempted murder? Again, it's the kind of thing that law students love to split hairs about, but this is a real case. And I have to tell you, as the world's leading expert on attempted murder, I don't know the answer to that question. And if I don't know the answer to that question, I can tell you the courts will have a problem answering that question.